Welcome back to Mostly Superheroes, another one here in the basement. We're here preparing for something nerdy. It's on the horizon in St. Louis. You want that Comic-Con. We all want it. We've seen them come and go, and we're here to talk about one that's right around the corner, May 23rd through the 26th. 25th. We have James Enstall from Geek to Me Radio here to correct me on dates and help me out. And man, what a legend here. We have Andy the Giggler. We have Chef Liz from Tenacious Eats. This is Mostly Superheroes. I'm your host, Logan. Enjoy the show. Mr. Giggler, Andy, how are you, sir? Welcome back.
Dude, I'm good. This chair is pretty nice, but I liked mine last week too.
Yeah, we've been playing musical chairs in the studio. So we usually sit in the same spots every time. I was like, we're changing it up. So Andy got to push the buttons this week. He usually sits where you're at. Chef Liz, welcome back.
Thanks for having me, Logan.
Tenacious Eats.
I finally get to meet you, Andy.
Yes, I know. This is great.
I know.
Tenacious Eats back again. We got to nerd out about all that you were doing. You were preparing for the office. You were preparing for the reception. Now we're looking ahead to the wedding singer. We're looking ahead to May the 4th brunch. You're busy.
I am so busy, and James and I are plotting and planning. We have so much coming up. I've always wanted to do May the 4th as a brunch, just because, I don't know, that it's a family thing. And I think if we can do it as a brunch, we can, bring in different generations together. Late at night, when we do our Tenacious Eat shows, we're 21 and over, right? So I think this will be a great opportunity for people to come and really have fun at a Tenacious Eats event. Although you and I won't be able to use any colorful language.
No, we'll have to tone it down.
Well, yeah.
And over there on the fourth mic, I gotta say, man, it's people like you that's the whole reason there are people like us. Well, we couldn't have done this stuff. We know who you are around town and beyond. Geek to Me Radio, James Enstall.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited. I love this studio. This is great.
Feels okay. Feels cozy.
It does.
I mean, you guys do a good job over there at KTRS, the Big 550, right? You know Randy Naughton, I guess.
Yeah.
She retired from Fox 2 after 30 years, even though she's on the radio all the time, and her podcast is now on KTRS, which you can relate to.
Mm-hmm.
Geek to Me Radio over there since 2016, and a little bit of your background. Where were you before Geek to Me Radio? Because that's how I know you. We've sourced you on this show quite a bit over the years.
Oh, nice. Well, thank you. Yeah, no, I grew up in St. Louis, born and raised up in Florissant, North County, and I grew up playing with Transformers and watching Voltron on weekday afternoons. I'd come home from school and catch that, and He-Man in the mornings before I left for school, and just kind of grew up nerdy. So very long story short, I went to Broadcast Center. An ex-girlfriend of mine said, you should go on the radio. And then went to Broadcast Center and got a job at KTRS. They said, hey, why don't we do a segment on the Bill Cleveland Trivia Night? And because you're into all this nerdy stuff, we'll just take a segment and you can talk about whatever you want. So, of course, I talked about this. Another radio station picked up my show in 2016. So I got my own show. The Catholic radio came in, bought that station, kicked them off the air, and everyone there. And then KTRS said, yeah, why don't you just come back home, put the show on the air here? And I've been there since 2021.
Awesome, man. Geek to Me Radio. You can find it where you get podcasts. You can find it on the KTRS website. Very cool. And now you and Chef Liz, you guys have teamed up. I know you're a little bit on the press tour right now. I saw you on Fox 2 this morning. Got a nice spot where you almost burned the place down. I mean, not you, Chef Liz, but maybe just a big flame that Chelsea and Tim weren't quite ready for. Is that maybe right?
That's my superpower. I set stuff on fire. We told Tim we were going to do that, and we thought it would be kind of fun. What did we call that? Our alderaan berries?
Alderaan berries, because they just exploded.
You guys have been on the press tour, so I'd like to make you not repeat yourselves. This Comic-Con sounds so great. Let's just get right to it. Me and Andy are kind of drooling over here. We have a big event on May 22nd, Taps for Team Jakey at Four Hands. The very next day, May 23rd, kicks off the all weekend long Comic-Con. And if I understand correctly, the brunch is there. Or is the brunch before?
The brunch is before. The brunch
on May the 4th.
On May the 4th at Work and Leisure.
So we're building to the Comic-Con. Let's start with the brunch. Star Wars. Even in other and beyond.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when you think about it, Spaceballs is an homage, isn't it? I know they're making fun of of Star Wars, but it's an homage to all of us, I think, who really take this seriously and, want to live vicariously through the movies, at least I do, and the comic books. So I thought at first we were just going to go pure Spaceballs, which we've done before. We did Spaceballs. We did 5 courses for it for the Moonrise Eclipse several years ago for Joe Edwards.
Nice.
We had so much fun, but James and I started to talk about it. And we thought, it'd be a shame. We should really bring in some other, different, I don't know. Did we start talking about a Vulcan space station right away? And what did we go into after that? I can't remember.
Yeah, you mentioned something in Star Trek, so Vulcan, and then we talked about having different, like a Firefly, something for the brown coats, things like that, and just incorporating different levels of sci-fi. So
yeah,
I like it. Widen the net a little bit, and just that's a good category. So James, you're involved now with the brunch, and this is kind of like a countdown now. I love it. Like we all love May the 4th. We'll work some of this into our episode that we're gonna do. We have Star Wars: Revenge of the Sith 20 years celebration. Star Wars is happening in Japan. We have Andor season 2. We just had Skeleton Crew. Got this Rey movie that's gonna happen at some point. Like just Star Wars in general, we nerd out about. So it's just like a stepping stone for you. May the 4th, then the con. What are you excited about in terms of the brunch?
The cheese blintzes we had this morning. I mean, I was like eating those, and then she said, "Well, let's get some to the crew." And she and I almost came to blows. I said, "No, I want the rest of these, please." So, I mean, you don't. If you work with Chef Liz, you don't get bad food. I mean, everything is always amazing.
Oh, thank you.
I stand back in the kitchen. I'm just like, "Is this an extra one?" And so, my wife comes home and she's like, "You gained 20 pounds. You just left this morning. What happened?" So,
you're hanging out with Chef Liz.
Yeah.
All right. Where do people go for the May the 4th brunch? How do they stay informed? Is it both of your channels? Is there a website they need to go to for tickets?
Tickets are available right now at brownpapertickets.com. The link is also available on Facebook, Instagram, also at the Work and Leisure website at workandleisurestl.com. But we've been talking about it for so long. It's gone active and it's selling fast.
It's going. If you want in, you're hearing this nerdy event, get in on it now.
We had a discount code for a certain, I think, what did we say? We said 12, the first 12 tickets would get the discount code, and they went like within 3 hours. That was gone. So
congratulations. That's it. That's a testament to all your events all these years. People know that it's time to show up.
Yeah, I think people need a reason to play.
Yeah,
you
it is. It's like we all can watch the movies and hang out and, lock ourselves away in basement and record podcasts. You can do these things. But sometimes you got to go out in the world and play with the other nerds. That's what I'm excited about. I'm excited to hang out with these other nerds.
But this feels ultra comfy because my nerd group, it was always about the basement.
Mm-hmm.
We would meet, it was Legos, we were watching different movies, we were looking at we would actually like go through everybody else's comic book collection in the basement. That was our safe place. And I grew up in North County also. I grew up in St. Anne. Where'd you?
Florissant.
Florissant.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah.
Now I got to ask what part.
So I grew up, let's see, right off Lindbergh. I would have went to McClure North.
Okay, I had friends who went to McClure
Trotter
North.
Way.
Okay, I was on Central Parkway, so I was kind of about a fifth of a mile behind, or half of a mile behind Hazelwood Central. Yeah.
Yep. Awesome. There we go.
Awesome.
I love it.
Yeah, it's just so, to me, I love coming here. This is so much fun. This feels like we should have a box of Legos or something.
I was going to say, like, it's so fitting what you're saying. That's literally pretty
Yeah.
much what we do down here. We trade comic books. Obviously we record down here, so it's where all the talking happens. But we watch movies, and it's just that same like kid feeling of like, oh, we're playing in the basement, and that's what we're doing right now. So, all right, we got May the 4th brunch. Let's even come a little sooner. We'll get this episode out before this event happens, and I'll be there. The Wedding Singer. Friday.
It's coming so fast. We are sold out.
This is Work and Leisure.
At Work and Leisure, which is located at 3015 Locust.
Nice.
In Midtown. Such a cool place. We're very excited about Wedding Singer because we did Wedding Singer after the COVID shutdown, and we did it virtually. Myself and my husband, Chef Steve, we were, I don't know, it was a little insane. We delivered 5 courses to every single person that had bought a ticket, and I had to establish portals because of our film licensing. Swank was so helpful. I had to work with IT to establish a portal for each individual household, password, sign on. so that they could watch it at their leisure. They didn't have to do it in sync with us, but we were going to go Facebook Live, and I
Right.
was going to cook each course.
I remember this.
So what I did learn from this is, oh my gosh, people come to our shows are coming from very far away. There were a few houses we had to go to. They were almost 3-hour drives. So that knowledge, like there are cool kids all over the region. That was very important for us to learn from that. But man, we were whipped. So by the time we got to the virtual aspect and I'm cooking each course, Steve is handing me a drink each course. I was slurring some things by fifth course.
Yes, I
Yeah.
remember
As you
this.
should be.
Yeah.
And that just goes to show you, though, every time there's a Chef Liz party, it's a party. You're coming to hang out, have good food, good drinks. There's going to be great 80s outfits. Have you sold out the Wedding Singer yet? Is it?
Wedding Singer is sold out.
It's sold out. So
It's sold out.
So now you're just waiting. If you didn't get the chance to go, keep an eye on Tenacious Eats and Mostly Superheroes for some pictures from
Yeah.
the event and videos. Like, this is what drew me in, honestly, like seeing stuff after the fact. Your office party looked so fun. Like, I saw you guys doing the wedding dance, and Carrie is such a fan of the Wedding Singer, so we can't wait. So great job, Liz. You're
Thank
keeping these
you.
events going. You're pumping them out. Way to go, Brennan's working leisure.
Yeah, and you know, like it's just working with like-minded people, right?
Yeah, totally.
When you're around other geeks and nerds who love something so much that you want to experience it over and over, or you want to draw it out, right? I don't just want to see the movie. I want to really, immerse myself in it. I think that's what these events are about, and giving yourself permission to be a little kid, dress up if you want, play games with James. James always has these amazing games.
Yeah, talk about the role that you play, James, at these events.
She is a masochist, so she asked me to start hosting these events.
So, I mean, it's like a co-host situation here.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, very much like I'll always see, Chef, come up and tell everyone about the next course, and she's back there plating stuff and firing stuff, and she'll put everything down, come up and introduce the courses. But yeah, she's the perfect playmate because we kind of like get each other's.
and you're doing like trivia. You're
Yeah.
like you or something, a matching kind of theme to the theme. Like,
Right, yeah. So for Clue, we did trivia. We had a trivia of quotes. So I gave you the quote, and you had to tell me which of the characters said the quote. So we play different rounds of trivia, and we give out prizes. We had lookalike contests for best Colonel Mustard, best Miss White. They were really good.
We even had what's her name from the Go-Go's, her costume.
Yeah, the singing telegram girl.
Yeah.
Who was, one of the singers from the Go-Go's.
How long have you two been working together?
I had you on my radio show in 2017 because I tried to go back and find pictures of us.
Yeah.
And I was like, 2017, because I was still on the other radio station, and Julie set me up with you right before you did Beetlejuice.
Oh, I brought in the tiger prawns. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I remember.
Beetlejuice throwback. Yeah, absolutely. And of course, Julie. We all thank you, Julie. Wherever you are, thank you, Julie. All right, Andy. Any questions for
I'm so hungry now.
Yeah, I'm hungry too. Have you had
This is
Tenacious
not
Eats?
fair.
Have you seen the events online at
Yes.
least? And like, what is your brain going? You want to check one of these out? Do you have any requests? Have you seen ones that have jumped out at you?
I have no requests, but I'm really.
He will though. He's
I'm
got
really
a good creative
excited. I'm really excited to see future ones because I'm in. We're sold. Just by
Oh.
seeing your presentation this morning, I should have ate dinner before I came over, but but I'm sold. I'm definitely will be at one very soon. It's probably Spaceballs. That's it. That's right in our wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Well, we have another one that's sneaking in. In fact, it's live and active. I don't think we've really promoted it yet, but if anyone noticed that 420 is also an Easter this year,
Mm.
we are showing the Big Lebowski.
Ah,
Late day. So after you've spent time with family and had all that kind of fun, you can head on over to Work and Leisure. We're going to show the Big Lebowski, and I'm
Ah.
serving up the Dudes In and Out sliders with the special sauce
mm.
and animal fries. And Raven, who does all the brilliant mixology for Work and Leisure,
You
she's
gotta
amazing.
have it.
She's making a
White
White
Russian.
Russian. Yeah, but I think she calls it a bunny Lebowski.
Oh,
There's a carrot aspect to the cocktail, and I haven't tried it yet. I'm so excited to try it. So
very cool. Big Lebowski. Definitely a favorite over in this house.
Oh, man.
What's the date on that?
That is the 20th.
420.
420. Yes,
Yeah.
right. And Easter, too, you said.
And Easter.
I thought it was going to be Passion of the Christ, and I was trying to picture what that meal would be.
Now,
I guess very Last Supper.
Now, now, guess what time the movie starts?
420.
420.
This is too much. This is genius.
That's great.
I'm canceling my trip. I'm supposed to be in Las Vegas on that day.
You'll have some different kind of candies at the theater that day. Not.
I'll be at WrestleMania that day, so at least I have a good excuse. But that's amazing. That's such a good idea.
All right. Well, we're taking this back to Two Rivers Comic Con. We were talking about a lot of events, but before we do that, maybe I wanted you to talk a little about Geek to Me Radio. James, I want to hear about how it's going and what type of stuff that you're putting out lately. Like, where's your focus on the show nowadays? Me and Andy have been listening to you. It's super nerdy, and it seems like it covers the gambit, and it's built on community and nerdism and being a geek. What's the world like nowadays here in 2025 for Geek to Me?
It's been a lot of fun. I feel like my focus is split because I, like everyone in radio, I have a full-time job, and then I've got the radio show, and now the Comic-Con is another full-time job. So I'm just cutting out little things like eating and sleeping and pooping. Other than that, it's fine. But no, it's so much fun because I do all the stuff myself. I book the guests. I get the stuff. I edit, and Joey V, my executive producer, is so good. He's like, why don't we start doing video as well? Which obviously you guys know about. So he'll come in the studio and set the video. So it's nice to be able to see my guests on camera as I'm talking to them from LA or wherever they are, which makes a huge difference. We just had John Kassir, the voice of the Crypt Keeper, on a couple weeks ago.
Yes, I saw that. Legend.
He told the best stories. Like, we barely talked Tales from the Crypt because he had all these other great stories, like working on Spy Hard with Leslie Nielsen.
Yeah.
And he said, that wasn't the story. I got to work with Andy Griffith, and they had to pry the vodka bottle out of Andy Griffith's hand. He kept ruining takes because he was so drunk. And so it's stories I don't intend to get.
Yeah.
These fantastic stories from people like him. And we had John Cleese on last year about Monty Python when he came through town. And who else do we have on recently? John Rhys Davies from Indiana Jones and Sliders. So it's always fun that I get to talk to all these people, and it just blows my mind. Little 10-year-old me would not even believe it.
Very cool, man. Well, like I said, like whenever he walked up in the driveway, I gave him one of the nerd just geek bows. I was like, you've done it. I was like, I know who you are, fellow nerd. Like, we have so much to talk about. We're just scratching the surface right now. Hey, it's Logan from Mostly Superheroes, and we're teaming up with Team Jakey and Four Hands Brewing Company to bring you some awesome community events. Free-to-play TV and film trivia bingo. Thursday night, April 24th. Mark your calendars. Come out to Four Hands Brewery, downtown location. Doors open at 5. Bingo from 6 to 9. Play solo or with a team and have a good time with Team Jakey, Mostly Superheroes, some surprise guests, and amazing prizes from all your favorite local businesses like Steve's Hot Dogs, Four Hands Brewing Company, The Royale Food and Spirits, The Gramophone, The Voltron Store, City Winery, St. Louis, and many more. We'll see you Thursday night, April 24th. Come out for TV and film trivia bingo and find all of our event information at mostlysuperheroes.com/events. Hey, it's Logan from Mostly Superheroes, the podcast, here with a very special announcement. Alamo Drafthouse St. Louis hosts their program Charity on Tap, where they support local groups and organizations that need their help. Next up on Charity on Tap at Alamo Drafthouse St. Louis is Team Jakey, End the Stigma. Team Jakey has been ending the stigma in the St. Louis area for over 11 years, helping advocate for mental health resources and support, and partnering up with groups like the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention Missouri and Provident Behavioral Health in St. Louis. And it's not just Alamo Drafthouse teaming up. We, of course, have our friends Four Hands Brewing Company helping us out as well. Beginning April 1st at Alamo Drafthouse St. Louis, for every Four Hands citywide American Pale Ale purchased, $1 will be donated to Team Jakey to help support their mission to end the stigma. This awesome collaboration that runs from April 1st through June 30th. So go get you a citywide at Alamo Drafthouse and support Team Jakey. The first 100 patrons will receive a prize pack, a limited edition koozie, and sticker pack, and more. Big thank you to Alamo Drafthouse St. Louis for their generosity with Charity on Tap, and Four Hands Brewing Company for helping out with the cause as well. You can learn more about Team Jakey on Facebook and at mostlysuperheroes.com/Team Jakey. You can also see our event details. Learn more about that at mostlysuperheroes.com/events. That's mostlysuperheroes.com/events. And we have an announcement. Taps for Team Jakey is back. Sam Zeller, how are you, man? Welcome back.
Better after this news.
This is good news.
This is long time coming. 8 years plus since we've had this event, so this is going to be great.
May 22nd at the Four Hands downtown. Yeah, we got a mutual friend in Four Hands. You guys have been working with him forever. And May 22nd, mark your calendar, 2025, Team Jakey's back.
Yeah, I want to pack the place.
Yeah.
As much as they'll let us.
Hi, everyone. I'm interrupting this podcast to talk about another podcast. Hi, I'm Randy Naughton. You know that lady from TV for so many years? Well, I too have a podcast called More to Say with Randy Naughton. Interesting conversations with interesting people. And when I say interesting, I mean amazing people. What about the Mac Daddy of all sportscasters, Bob Costas? Phyllis from The Office. Phyllis Smith is her name. Alan Hunter, one of the original MTV VJs. We talk to people about medicine, about tech, about travel, you name it. Great conversations. Now, they're, again, not interviews. They're conversations. So you never know where they're going to take us. Make sure when you're done with this podcast, check mine out. It's called More to Say with Randy Naughton. Available wherever you stream your podcast.
You've heard others, but nothing could prepare you for the shameful stupidity that is the Jock and Nerd Podcast. Hear Imran.
So if you offend everyone at once, it's a wash. I've covered everybody.
Anthony.
Sorry, I was texting. Say that again.
And Rug Boy.
Yeah, whenever there's a snowstorm, my Slack hole tightens up.
As they talk over one another.
Just exactly the same as
Terminator.
We're talking over each other. It's fine.
Sorry.
Swear.
I had boobies.
And ask you for money.
Just give us the money.
Witness the hubris as they claim to be the world's authority on comic book movies.
Who said that?
Never said that. You've never said that.
Who cares? A jock said that.
Comic book, TV, movie reviews, news, and whatever they choose. Available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and wherever you find your favorite podcasts. The Jock and Nerd Podcast.
It's campy, silly, goofy fun.
Seriously, people really listen to this.
Jock and Nerd.
Hey squad, Logan here. You know what keeps our adventures fueled? The incredible brews from Four Hands Brewing Company. They've been our go-to craft brewery since 2012. Our studio fridge is always stocked with their finest, from Citywide Light to Incarnation to Divided Sky to Chocolate Milk Stout, along with the latest seasonal and small batch releases. Whether you're downtown, Kirkwood, the district in Chesterfield, or passing through St. Louis Lambert Airport, Four Hands has you covered. Grab a cold citywide. They're a philanthropic brew created to give back to the St. Louis community. Since its launch in 2016, Citywide has raised over $300,000 for local nonprofits. For every case sold, $1 is donated to carefully selected charities. If you're in the mood for something different, check out Four Hands Extended Family 1220 Spirits and Withered Oak. They've got cocktails, seltzers, and non-alcoholic options to quench any thirst. And a special deal for you Mostly Superheroes fans. Mention Mostly Superheroes or the password MOSTLY to your bartender at any Four Hands location and you get your second beer free. Must be 21 years of age to redeem. Again, go to any Four Hands location, mention Mostly Superheroes, password MOSTLY, and get your second beer on us and Four Hands. Limited time promotion. Get it while supplies last. Visit them in person or head over to fourhandsbrewery.com. Follow them at Four Hands Brewing Co. on Instagram and social media. Cheers to great beers and even better times with Four Hands Brewing Company. Two Rivers Comic-Con, May 23rd through the 25th. Give us that location.
It is in two locations. So it's historic St. Charles. It's along Main Street. I've got this relationship I built over the past 25 years now with the city of St. Charles and the Greater St. Charles Convention and Visitors Bureau doing their festivals like Christmas Traditions and Legends and Lanterns. So it kind of felt like a natural thing to say, hey, I'd love to do this here. And they were immediately like, how can we help? What can we do? So we're going to have our voice actors and animation people at the Foundry Art Center, which is right on Riverside. People see it all the time. They drive by. It's got the giant caboose out in front of the building. And then the next building is Climb So Ill. The next building is the Steel Shop, where if you guys have been to QuadCon, they have the QuadCon usually there. And that's where our comic book artists and writers are going to be, along with some of our local talent who we're going to bring in.
Very cool, man. how'd this come to be? How did this? Who's part of this? Is this you? Who else is involved to get Two Rivers Comic Con off the ground? Because it's exciting. We've had Wizard World come and go, and there's other things that we hear about with other cons. Are they happening or not? This is really exciting for people in the area to have somewhere to go. How did this come to be?
I'm very selfish, and I wanted to host panels with famous people, and that's kind of like, well, I'll just do my own con, because it's hard to break in with some of these cons when you call them and say, hey, I'd love to host a panel for this and this, and they're like, we've got our own people, sorry.
Totally.
So,
I've had plenty of those rejection emails.
Yeah, so you know exactly. And part of it was, it's a little kernel was born out of selfishness, but overall, it's just, I've been to Planet Comic Con in Kansas City. I'm assuming you guys have been there once or twice at least.
I haven't been there, but our other host, Scotty, all the cons you're mentioning, he's probably been to all of them.
Okay.
Multiple days.
Yeah, so that started out, this was his 26th year doing Planet Comic Con. He started just in a small little hall, and he literally takes over downtown Kansas City now. Bartle Hall is filled. He's got 5 hotels. They have parties at this one, and they're doing stuff in the Power and Light District. My friend Mitch Halleck, who runs Terrificon up in Connecticut, best Comic Con in the country for my money. Like, if you're a comic fan, that's the one to go to. He started out in a tent, and now he takes over the Mohegan Sun Convention Center. So I keep thinking we have these corporate ones, like you mentioned, the Wizard Worlds, the Fan Expos that kind of come through in their cookie cutter.
Totally.
Fan Expo Dallas, Fan Expo here, Wizard World Chicago, this. So I wanted something for this area. I was, like I said, born and raised in St. Louis. I worked in St. Charles, love Chesterfield, go over to Alton for Fast Eddie's. This is a great community. And we deserve something like this. So I said, well, let's go ahead and see if this can be done. And slowly it's been coming to fruition. And I couldn't be more excited.
Oh, I bet, man. Like, we're over here. I'm impressed. Good on you for taking it on. TwoRiversComicCon.com is where you're sending people to get the info, couple locations, 3 days. You've mentioned it, artists. There's going to be expos. There's going to be actors. There's going to be, what else can people expect to come out for? Is it good for families? It's good for a pack of people. It's good for a nerdy group of friends and cosplay, I assume.
Yeah, all that kind of good stuff. So our tagline is fan focused and family friendly. My business partner Paul, who's the owner of Cloud9 Comics and Games, he immediately said, "Can I help with this same way?" I said, "Yeah, you can. There's lots of things." And so he's immediately pitched in. We kind of work this. We've got my friend Liz Henning does marketing and comms for us. She says, "Hey, do you guys need help with this? Because I'd like to expand my resume into doing other stuff besides what I'm doing." So it's just been kind of many hands kind of joining in, and I just really feel grateful for all the help I've gotten from people I've just built relationships with, like Chef Liz, who will be running the green room for our celebrities, because they've all said one of the things, if we go to a con, and this is from a couple different guests, and even if we don't make any money, and it's kind of like, it's kind of, if the green room is nice and we have a good time, we'll tell other people to come. And so I said, well, who am I going to put in charge of the green room then? Come on.
Liz, Chef Liz, you're going to be hot. I mean, you're doing what you do best, hospitality, I guess.
I'm already collecting myself to not geek out. I'm working on it now. Like, hello, Mr. Thomas. Hello, Mr. Roy Thomas. My name is Chef Liz. I'm practicing that right now.
But I mean, surely you'll be like, before you come in, everyone's required to do a selfie, and you got to sign this thing. And it's just like your personal autograph collection.
I'll have the tongs in one hand, a pen in the other. Like, how hungry are you? No, I'm excited to be a part of this, because I remember when cons were fan forward, and I miss that. The big corporate ones, I think, have kind of missed the mark on that. I miss the fan booths. Where did those go? Right? I mean, I miss those. That was so awesome. Sorry, I'm getting so excited. I'm hitting the mic.
No, I'm still working on where to put those handles. They've moved a lot in the last 2 months, so we're not there yet.
And even with my little T-Rex hands, I'm like, but yeah, I'm like, I'm excited because it's very, very fan-centered. And I think when you have a fan that's putting on a con and a professional, I can't wait. This is so cool. It's like being at the ground, the ground level, watching this grow. I'm just, and we're showing a movie.
Oh, yes.
Talk about it.
Special ticketed events. So there's always after party stuff you want to go to. So the tickets have not gone on sale yet. We're going to put those up, but we have 2 special events, technically 3. So on Friday night, if you're a fan of just going out and having some fun, playing some video games, the Soda Museum and Main Street Arcade on North Main Street. If you have your wristband, you can get in free unlimited gameplay in their retro arcade down below Friday night starting at 8 o'clock. And he's got, cocktails. You can buy soft drinks. You can buy snacks and pizzas from Dogtown Pizza and everything he's got there he serves. So if you just want to go have some fun after the con and don't want the party to end, go check them out. We'll also be doing and that's free with a wristband.
With your purchase of your ticket for...
Right, yeah.
Yes.
So if you've got a wristband,
if you get the wristband, you're good to go.
Yeah, it's
I
a free
love
thing.
that kind of promotion, collaboration.
It's so much. And again, these local businesses along North and South Main, how can we help? What can we do? Can we have something? Cardinal Sin Spirits, which is in the 800 block of South Main. They do small batch bourbons, ryes. They do a cinnamon infused vodka, a brown sugar bourbon. So he is doing a specialty tasting of all of his liquors. Those are $35 for the ticket, and we're limited to 55 tickets on that because he's got a smaller space. But Andy Parks is a huge bourbon fan. So if you know Andy's work from Daredevil, from Green Arrow, from Batman and Nightwing, he did a special sketch for us that's going to go on this limited edition glass that you get to do your tastings in. You get all the tastings. You get to meet Andy Parks. That's Friday night at 8 o'clock at Cardinal Sin in the 800 block.
Nice.
And then on Saturday night, since Roy Thomas is coming, Roy Thomas obviously wrote Conan for Marvel Comics. He created the character of Red Sonja. He was the editor after Stan Lee left. So Roy is a consultant on the movie Conan the Barbarian from 1982. We are showing the 1982 Conan the Barbarian at Two Plumbers Brewery and Arcade in their event space. So those tickets are $50 each. You get doors open at 7. You get an hour and a half of unlimited free gameplay upstairs. You get a free voucher for a Roy Thomas autograph on a standard item. So it can't be CGC grade. It's just if you have a poster, a picture, a comic book, he'll sign that for you at the event. You just take the ticket to his booth Saturday or Sunday. And then you also get to watch Conan the Barbarian with Roy Thomas, who will be doing a Q&A before the movie. So you can ask him any questions about his work at Marvel, working on Conan, being a consultant for the film. And that's happening Saturday night.
Heck yeah. It's like the bonus parties and the extra deals. And there's much more going on here than a Comic-Con. And it's great for people that live here that want to go to these local spots. It's great for people coming into town that have something to do.
Right.
Good on you. Like you're talking about people raising their hands to get involved, and I'm like so mad at myself that I'm this late to the party. Scotty will probably be there. The rest of us will be trying to be there. This is so fun. I mean, I love that you're breaking down just because it's a big event. It's multiple days. There's so many hands, and there's always so much to I feel like that's the Comic-Con's challenge, right? Creating the puzzle of things to do and then making sure everyone understands the puzzle. What work is the website the best place to like stay informed and get like the updates on maps and things like that?
Yeah, website is the number 2 riverscomiccon.com, and we're on Twitter, X. I don't know if I can dead name X now. It's Twitter. I still say Twitter.
So you're getting some individual social channels for Two Rivers Comic Con now. Instagram, so watch for those. Yeah. What questions you got, Giggler? What are you thinking right now?
Right now, I think you had me at the free after party arcade.
Yeah, that's gonna be a lot of fun. And again, I'm trying to bring people down to some of these businesses because he just opened a couple of years ago, and people still walk by and like, what is this? And it's this amazing soda museum upstairs, and then downstairs is the retro arcade. And it's really cool, and more people should check this place out. So,
and you got this video on the website. Meet our guests. Is this something like
it should be? Hopefully, it plays. Yeah. So we've got our
You've mentioned some of these.
Yeah, Phil Lamar, obviously, Maria Canals-Brera. So we're bringing the Justice League to town,
right?
Susan Eisenberg is a good friend, voices Wonder Woman, and then Carl Lumley. I was so excited to get him. So excited because he's just been in the new Captain America movie.
Yeah.
Was in the Telltale Heart on Netflix last year, and
Isaiah Bradley. Yeah, and he was in Supergirl too, right?
Yeah.
He was like Martian Manhunter's dad.
Father. So he played Martian Manhunter in Justice League, and then his own father. Right. And then Phil Lamar was his nephew in Supergirl. If you remember, Phil Lamar showed up on that.
Oh, right.
As Martian Manhunter's brother. So it was really cool. And then we've got fantastic artists like Keith Williams is a machine. Mark Bagley, my favorite Spider-Man artist of all time. She canceled, unfortunately, so we needed to take her down. Lily and her father Steven had to cancel due to some family issues.
Still check him out.
Yeah.
Jim, who we got here?
Jim Ousley. Yeah, he's a local writer who works for Red 5 Comics. He's done a lot of St. Louis based horror type comics for Red 5, like The Atonement Bell.
Yeah.
All sorts of fun stuff that he's done. And then we've got, who else? We just added David Michelini. So for you comic book fans out there, co-creator of Carnage, co-creator of Venom. He's got the second longest run on Spider-Man after Stan Lee. He wrote a huge run on Iron Man. And then we have artist Rick Leonardi coming in, who's a fantastic artist. He did the classic cover for X-Men number 201, first appearance of Baby Cable, where Storm and Cyclops are fighting. He did a lot of work. He just did the new What If Robin Had Lived with J.M. DeMatteis from DC. Fantastic artist. So yeah, we've got just a huge pool of talent. And then for the Justice League too, we've got Dan Reba coming in, who is a director and storyboard artist for Justice League, Batman the Animated Series, Batman Beyond, Ben 10. And then Alan Burnett was a writer and executive producer. He was one of the writers for Batman Mask of the Phantasm. He wrote Ozzy and Drix. He did a bunch of stuff for Justice League Action. So we're trying to bring in all the really cool people who I would want to see if I went to a con.
Yeah.
And we're keeping it themed. So this year's theme is superheroes. And we've already got, as long as we do break even this year, we've got plans for a theme for year 2 and year 3. And we've already got guests in mind who we're going to reach out to. So
wow. Very impressive. Like, not a small undertaking. Like you said, this is a full-time job.
Yeah.
Running one of these cons. So, kudos to you and your team of all your people making this happen. This episode will drop this week or early next at the latest. We're 6 weeks out from this event. May 23rd through the 25th. Getting tickets. Let's talk about tickets. What kind of options you got for people?
You can have just the one day if you're like, it's Memorial Day weekend, we're going out of town, but I can come on Friday. Or you know what? We're going to have some family stuff going on, but we're free on Sunday. Or if people want to go all 3 days, because it's like, whoa, we're going to have 3 days to spend with these people and do these events and hear the panels. And we've got Tabletop Masters. We'll be having board game demonstrations all throughout the Steel Shop. The Fantasy Shop, who is bringing in the Justice League, will be doing similar things at the Foundry. They're going to be there set up for if you want to play some games or whatnot. And then we've got Two Plumbers also supplying some arcade games at the Steel Shop. So there's lots to do all weekend long. And you save basically $20 by getting a weekend pass for all 3 days. You're basically getting 1 day free.
You basically get a day free, you get a bundle pricing. Mm-hmm. Maybe you don't know if you're going to go to all 3 days. Get all 3. Maybe you will. Because, why not? There's so much going on where you're going to be like, I had so much fun Saturday or Friday. I got to see what's happening the next day. And, you shouted out some of your partners and vendors, like sponsors. Like, who's helping put this on? Like, I definitely want to give some love to the people that are, like, stepping up.
Yeah, we had the City of St. Charles, the City County Library of St. Charles. They were fantastic because we said we'd love to bring in Roy Thomas. He's a writer, and we do stuff like that all the time. We'd love to help you bring in Roy Thomas. So huge shout out to them. I mentioned the Fantasy Shop with 4 locations around the St. Louis area, and they are bringing in the Justice League. We've got Alexander Realty. Jen Oliver is a fantastic individual, and if you're looking to get your own Wayne Manor, she's the person to talk to, and she's sponsoring the Princess Bar. We're going to call it the Princess Bar if you're a Wolverine fan. So she's sponsoring the bar while they're there. Endless Comics and Games. They've got a location
at
Florissant.
Scotty's shop.
Yeah.
Shop.
Yeah, that's a fantastic store. And they're bringing in Mark Bagley. So they're responsible for that. We've got Cloud9 Comics, who is bringing in Rick Burchett, who did our poster for us, who did a lot of the art, who did that fantastic sketch cover that I had earlier with the recreation of the Scarecrow's first Silver Age appearance. He's going to be there signing stuff too. So they brought him in. We've got, obviously, the Cozy Shop, another St. Charles business that said, what can we do to help? We've got Bugs Comics and Games, who are bringing in David Michelini. The Foundry Art Center is hosting all of our animation people, an event. And, of course, Two Plumbers is hosting our Conan showing. So they were huge with that. And then just, First Capital Trading Inc. It was if you like Loungefly, or if you're into the new Jellycat toys, it's a huge sensation all of a sudden. They've got you stocked up on all that kind of stuff, so you can go check out First Capital Trading Inc. on North Main. Just like I said, all these businesses, Cardinal Sin we mentioned for their tasting. So it's been great. And then obviously Tony Viviano is providing all the food that Chef Liz will be making for our guests. So they're getting good food cooked by someone who knows how to do it. So all of our guests should leave fat and happy.
And Tenacious Eats is thrilled to license Conan.
Yes.
I said it without shaking.
I know.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, way to go. Yes, and collaborating with Chef Liz, and we made you talk a lot, James. You're doing a great job promoting this event, and that's why I wanted this to be front and center today, because it takes a lot to talk about at Comic-Con, and honestly, it's fun. You get to hear about every single thing that's going to be there. Chef Liz, what are you thinking about Comic-Con? Let's hear from you.
Oh man, when he was talking about this, and you were working on everything and all the details. Like you said, there have been so many cons that start up and leave, or they don't come back, or they change. I was so excited to know someone who's a true fan and wants everyone else to have that fan experience. I was so excited. I'm like, please let this happen. Please let this happen, because I haven't been to a good con in a while. And I love the fact that all the sponsors are local. All the sponsors are vested in our community and the fans that are actually coming. So I think it's going to be amazing. I can't wait. I might escape the green room a few times.
I know Ben has already said he's like, I'm going to wander out there and I want to meet this guy. I want to talk to Phil Lamar. So yeah, I expect some wandering.
Ben was a huge Samurai Jack fan.
Ooh, me too.
So he's going to behave, but his email address is riverben10, and then so Ben 10, yeah. So we're going to behave. We promise.
I wouldn't expect anything less.
But I'm just excited because, like being a fan and, really wanting to have a great experience at a con, sometimes they're so corporate that you feel a little, I don't know, alienated if you're not, I don't know, you're coming, you pay for the ticket and it's just a process.
Yeah.
I don't feel
totally. Just moving the cattle through.
Yeah. So I'm really excited to meet some incredible artists and the Justice League.
Oh my gosh.
I'm working on right now trying to figure out what the Justice League food will be. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I think I have an idea for Hawk Girl, but I don't know. I still have to work on it.
We know people can buy tickets to attend, but right now, can vendors and sponsors still sign up, or is it too late for anything like that?
We're
asking for a friend.
No, we're in our final throes for that because obviously we want to get the floor map scheduled out and know who's coming and what to do. So yeah, we did a final call. We've been going to some Comic Cons and soliciting people. Like went to I'd like to buy a vowel. Big River Comic Con in Hannibal. We went to Planet Comic Con soliciting. You
just had them on your show, right?
Yeah. Deb who runs that. It's a fantastic. I picked her brain a lot when I'm getting into this. Like what do I need to look out for? She was super helpful. Mitch Halleck from Terrific Con was stayed on the phone with me for an hour and a half talking about here's what you want to do. Make sure you don't do this. Don't rely too heavily on this. So I've luckily had some great people that I can lean on to kind of ask what to do and make sure I don't do it wrong right out of the gate. But no, it's very exciting. I've forgotten already what I was saying.
No, it's okay. We're going to help you promote the show. So just count us in for a promotional engine, because if nothing else, I have enough friends in town that have vouched for you, James, already, and Liz. I know it's the other sketchy people, Liz. It's the same sketchy people that we both know that have vouched for all of us. And I'm a fan, and me and Andy and Scotty, we want to see cons like this success and be more than the corporate printout Comic Cons we've seen. So count us in to promote at least.
Thank you.
Invite us to collaborate on posts. Let us tell our people about it. We'll send as many as we can. Grab a lot of footage. Come back, tell some stories, and help keep this thing happening, because you're already looking ahead to making it repeat. So at least count us in from that side. And then guess what? We've made tons of nerdy friends over the last almost 6 years or so.
Imagine.
Let's bring them all, Let's go. Let's all get together for a weekend and get nerdy. This is awesome.
Yeah, and that's where your question was. We do have vendor spaces still available. We've got I think we've got.
So you still could get in.
Yeah, we got about 10% of our floor left open now still. We've filled already 90% of it, which is incredible.
Friends of mostly superheroes. Listen, you could get a spot at Two Rivers Comic Con. Like, we got a few friends that would definitely jump at the chance, willing to spend a little bit to even get that spot and make a good experience. So.
Yeah. I even love how much thought you put into after the event. I love the idea of the wristband getting you into an arcade. Oh my gosh. And the bourbon, I tried the bourbon, by the way. I had to try it ahead of time so I could share what my thoughts were. And the brown sugar bourbon.
Sugar one. Oh my gosh. You could just sip on that all day. Oh,
I might do that.
Yeah, Bill at Cardinal Sin really knows his stuff, and it's if you've never been to Cardinal Sin, it's so good.
It's on the it's gonna add to the list. Sam, the sleeper on our podcast, he's a big whiskey guy.
Okay, yeah, he'll love it.
So we need to maybe add this to our list. So yeah, make sure you plan some time to enjoy the con yourself, as hard as that is, and also afterwards too. It's like, let's enjoy every second of it, and that's a celebration. Then celebrate it. But we're just looking forward to this thing kicking off. Andy, any questions for James or Liz about Comic-Con, Two Rivers Comic-Con?
Right. Yeah. We've been literally asking for this for years. So thank you guys for bringing this to
thank you.
To fruition, literally. And I love that it has the local STL spin for sure. Are there any it sounds like from the Tenacious Eats events that you guys surprises? Are there any other type of surprises? Anything that people might expect?
We were...
Obviously, you can't say them now, but so it's
Then
kind of
it,
a yes,
then it
no.
wouldn't be a
Teasers.
surprise.
Just a yes, no
yeah.
answer.
Teasers.
We've got another artist who I'd really like to bring in, but we're just trying to see if you're listening right now and you've got some money and you want to sponsor an artist. There's someone I'd really love to bring in. It's just a matter of finding that line between making sure we don't overspend.
Yeah.
So I will tease it that we have another artist who would pair really well with one of our other guests who's already been announced that I would love to bring in. So if you're listening, you can go to Two Rivers Comic Con, hit the Contact Us tab, and let us know. I will also tease that this year's theme is superheroes. If we, like I said, if we break even, we're going to do a year two. Year two's theme is 80s and 90s.
Oh, nice.
And we've already got guests both comic-wise and
nice.
everything planned who we want to reach out to. So just a little bit of a tease as long as this works.
The producer and me is thrilled that you've told me that. I can get to work, James. We can get to work. And then what'd you bring?
These just for because we've got a couple of CGC facilitators at our event to do the signings because we've got Mark Bagley and David McLeany and Roy Thomas and everything. So I'm just going to bring some examples. Like Rick Burchett did the poster art for us. He's local, worked on Batman Adventures, so he did a cover recreation of Detective Comics number 73 in the style of Batman animated series. So just like you can get, the artist will do cover sketches and everything like that. This was Kevin Conroy signed his posthumous Eisner Award that he got. He signed it like 3 months before he passed away, and it breaks my heart, but we've got the cast of the Justice League coming. So I'm not sure, is that about the right angle to hold it?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. And then because Roy Thomas is going to be there, he wrote, obviously, Conan, editor of Marvel Comics, so I had a signed What If by Roy Thomas. And then because we do have Mark Bagley, who is my favorite Spider-Man artist ever, I brought this one's a triple signed Mark Bagley, Keith Williams, who will also be at the show, and it's also signed by Al Milgram, who we're probably going to have for our second year as long as the first year is a break-even mark.
All right, we're approaching the end here. It's been nerdy events happening. We got other stuff happening around us. We talked about Star Wars Celebration and all these things happening. We got Marvel stuff happening. Captain America just came out. We love movies, so that's where I'm kind of gravitating now. Thunderbolts is May 2nd. We're having our Screen and Social at the Alamo May 10th. You can see it with us at a Saturday at noon, and we hang out before and after the movie. And then Fantastic Four First Steps, Superman
I can't
is
wait.
in July. I guess talk to me about what you guys are excited about in the mainstream world, Liz. What you got?
I don't know. After I saw the
And not the mainstream, whatever you're into. Fuck the mainstream. Fuck the man.
I almost said that. Get out of my head. That's why I went like this. Like,
no,
don't say
whatever
it.
you're into lately. Like that was just me saying what I'm into. What are you into lately?
Goatskin pants, flame. No, I'm kidding. I almost went to the John Clee Sarah Idol, sacrificing small animals. No, I mean, right now I haven't had a whole lot of time to watch, so I'm seeing a lot of trailers. I'm really psyched about Fantastic Four. Superman, I'm just a little worried. I saw the really long trailer.
Mm-hmm. I didn't watch it in spite. I didn't want to watch it. I've seen the trailer. I'm ready. I don't need to see anything else. These things ruin these things for me. So I watch the first one and then I bail.
Why? Okay. I don't know. I'm going to go down a rabbit hole if I bring it up, but I'm like, what's with this CGI all the time with a dog? I know they can train a dog to do some cool stuff.
Right. Like this crazy dog with a crazy tongue.
Yeah.
It's very computer.
I know. I'm like, I mean,
it looks like kind of like a live action Lilo like dog or something.
Yeah. I mean, I have suspension of disbelief, you know, I can ignore those things, but I'm like, I'm watching it and I'm thinking, really, they can't train a dog to do that stuff? You know,
would have been cool.
Yeah, and I
got high hopes for that one.
Yeah.
I got high hopes. They're already up there. So,
yeah,
my hopes were high for Captain America too. So,
I'm really excited about another Wes Anderson film.
What's he got on the horizon?
Is it called The Phoenician? I think that's coming out really soon. What is it, May 10th? So, I don't think there was going to be a media screener.
I didn't see anything.
We all get those emails.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And I was looking. I'm like, we're talking to Julie. I'm like, Julie, do you know anything? She goes, I don't think there is one. So I was kind of bummed. We did a full Westrospective a long time ago and had such a great time. I got to talk on the phone.
Right. I remember you sharing that last time you were on the show. You got to talk to Wes Anderson.
Yeah, it was so awesome. And so I'm a huge fan of that stylized kind of narrative and filming. And My brain has been so wrapped around what's going on right now with events. So it isn't often that I get to break away a lot and watch other things. I was watching The Wedding Singer the other night going, oh, this is when this happens. Wouldn't it be cool if we did this to the audience? So that's you know what I mean? It's like, it takes a lot to plot and plan evil.
Yeah.
Right? You have to be on top of your game. And a lot of times James and I are like, wouldn't it be funny if we... a lot. So I have a few things up my sleeve for Wedding Singer that I can't wait to do to my audience. Does that sound bad to say do to
the audience?
Yeah.
And me and Carrie will be in that audience. So you're going to be doing it to us. We're excited. Whatever you're going to do to us, we're excited.
And consensual.
Yeah.
We'll be ready.
Are you going to go? It's too late. Sold out.
No. The Spaceballs.
Oh, you're going to
Spaceballs.
Spaceballs on your calendar. Good.
Count me in for that.
All right. And on that note, we're doing like what we're nerdy about and where to find you. Where are you sending people nowadays, Chef Liz?
Right now, Instagram and Facebook. Our website is almost done.
You were teasing it.
Yeah, we had to do a complete remodel.
Your son said it was time.
They actually,
right?
A lot of our children said it was archaic and looked old and...
This was built in the 1900s.
And they were like, it's too busy. You need to simplify. You need to clean this up. So it was actually more involved than I thought it would be. So and then I was also shocked. This year is our 13th anniversary.
Oh.
Since we started Tenacious Eats.
Happy 13.
Yay.
Happy 13. Tenacious Eats.
And so I guess I could say it now. It is live and active. We haven't really put it up. We haven't advertised it yet. But Work and Leisure is celebrating the summer with a pop-up summer camp.
Right. Yeah, they have started to post it just this week.
Yeah, but I don't think we've really done a lot. Tenacious Eats is doing 2 takeover nights. I'm doing the food for all of the summer camp.
Nice.
But on Friday the 13th, which is June 13th, we are showing Friday the 13th.
Oh.
For our 13th birthday.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I hope
the best night ever.
I know. And it's the mom who kills everyone. No spoiler.
If you're coming.
There. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe watch it before too, just to get in the vibe and then watch it again. Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
And that's on the horizon.
Yeah. We're going to do that at summer camp. We're going to do 3 courses, because it's summer camp. We don't want to get too heavy, but that's a celebration of our 13th birthday. A week later, lots of female friends have asked us to show this. We're going to be showing Troop Beverly Hills. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Carrie's a huge fan.
Really?
She loves this movie.
Well, we've got 2 stylists who will be there.
I've seen it one time. It was last year, and I thought, this is crazy. And good.
Yeah.
It's like she brings up these movies sometimes where I'm like, all right, I'll give this a chance. And it's pretty good.
I hadn't seen it in years, and I rewatched it trying to find the menu in it. I'm still working on the menu, but we're gonna have like 2 stylists there to do hair braiding and cool glitter extensions. I call them the Anora extensions.
Nice.
The glitter things.
Winning the Oscars.
Yeah, winning
I learned
the
that
Oscars.
from Jamie Girock. I didn't watch the Oscars. I had someone on that knew about it.
That knew about it. Well, that's a week later. So, and then there's so many other films that are celebrating anniversaries this year. And maybe I can hint at this.
Oh, yes.
July. We're thinking about there's a new term for part of Gen X that was born between certain years.
Mm.
Do you know the term? They're calling it the Goonie generation. It's the one part of Gen X.
Yeah.
The Goonies. So it's an anniversary year for them.
And
it's
there's
40th?
Yeah.
40th. And I've heard there's I don't know how we should feel about this, but a sequel is on the horizon. We all make the same face.
Yeah.
But anyway, they have an anniversary, so something in July?
Yeah, I think we're going to be showing Goonies in July.
Oh, man, that's a great one.
I'm really excited. We've talked about, I think we're going to be showing The Craft this year. Maybe some other fun things. We had so much fun with The Office. Oh, my goodness. I give James this whole outline about fun activities and prompts. And what time we're going to show the movie, the episode, this is the course, and da-da-da-da-da. He probably looks at it like, what the hell is this shit? But So I had all these activities for the office, and I'm like, if this runs late, we can omit Flonkerton. We can omit what did we do? We did hate ball. We made people dig in Jell-O.
For office supplies.
Yeah, right.
That was actually the biggest stress for me. That whole show was making 2 5-gallon buckets of Jell-O.
Hope this really solidifies.
Yeah, I mean, it was really humbling for a chef. I'm like, how in the hell you get this shit to set up? I'm like,
how did Jim do this?
Yeah, and I'm like, I know, and I'm like, and it stayed stable in a desk. What the hell? What kind of magic is that? What else did we do? Oh, we made people wear sumo suits.
Mm-hmm. And we did sumo wrestling. Wrestling. We made them play Twister.
Oh, nice.
In sumo suits, which was a lot more fun than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
In sumo outfits.
Yeah.
So intimate, but not too intimate.
Right.
You enjoyed that a lot.
I did. I had bets on the larger one, and he failed me.
He failed you?
I'm out $20.
Well, thank you, Liz, for catching us up. I want to do the same thing with you, James, a two-parter. What are you nerding out about lately? And then let's lead to what are you working on? What can people look forward to? And where are they finding you? So what have you been nerding out about? What are you into?
We just finished the season finale of White Lotus, which was so good. It's not the same without Jennifer Coolidge in it, but it was still very enjoyable.
Yeah. You could feel her presence.
Yes.
Really
definitely.
could.
Oh my gosh. And I have so many thoughts on the finale, but we won't, in case no one's caught up yet, we won't spoil it. Severance. We just finished Severance.
Yes.
And then I'm an 80s kid, so I've been going back and rewatching Moonlighting on Tubi with Bruce Willis and Sybil Shepherd.
Oh.
And I'm going back and rewatching Remington Steele on Amazon Prime. So 80s kid, so I like those. And then I'm excited for all the stuff, and I made a decision in beginning of 2024, I was going to stop watching movie trailers because I'd get in there and my expectations would be a certain level.
Yep.
And it colored my perception of the movie.
Yeah.
So I stopped doing that, and it's really helped. Some of these movies, I'm like, that was really good, or I go in with no expectations and still say, God, that was rubbish.
Yeah.
So I've been doing that. So to your point of the Superman trailer, I saw the first teaser, and I noped out after that. So I haven't seen the newest one, but I'm very excited. I think nervous and excited because I think James Gunn knows comic books. So it's going to have that comic book element. But I'm also nervous because I think he's sticking way too many characters in a Superman movie. We got Guy Gardner, we got Max Lord, we got Mr. Terrific. I think it's overkill. I just want a Superman story. But I like the casting. I like Nicholas Hoult. I love Mrs. Maisel, whose name now escapes me, as Lois Lane. So I'm excited about that. And then obviously every other waking minute is devoted to Comic-Con. So
Two Rivers Comic-Con. All comes back to that May 23rd to 25th, tworiverscomiccon.com. That's where your time's at. That's what you're excited about. It's on the horizon. Right. And it's going to be a nerdy weekend.
I'm excited. It's like Stephen Wright famously said, you know that feeling when you're leaning back in a chair and you almost fall, but you catch yourself? That's been my feeling for the past 90 days. So we'll see how it goes. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Well, guys, thank you so much for coming on Mostly Superheroes, getting nerdy with us, talking to us about all the events, all the nerdy stuff right here in the Lou. We're a St. Louis podcast, but we got listeners in over 50 countries. So the people that we're talking to right now, maybe you're coming to St. Louis May 22nd to check this out. We'll have everything up on our site. We'll help you get the word out. Giggler, anything left for Chef Liz and James?
I'm definitely, as soon as you guys leave, I'll be pulling out my calendar, throwing in a few new appointments for sure. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. And Liz, we don't offer someone to return to the podcast too often, so we haven't even ate your food yet. So that
we didn't have to. Your nerdism got you back in easy. And once I had the opportunity to have you and James, it was really nice. So again, we're getting our start here and we're doing our thing, but you know about all of that. You're part of the radio system. You do a lot on your own. You're producing events. Tip of the hat to you. Tip of the hat to you, Chef Liz, for honestly just leaning into your passions and things that you like and that you care about, and that also tie to your community, and just trying.
Yeah.
I think just trying is something just to say, like, you know what, I'm going to give this a shot. I got my health, I got my ideas. I'm sure you guys feel those things a lot. So we just want to say good job, and we're looking at you. Good job.
Thank you. Thanks for having us on. This was fantastic.
Thanks for having us. I just got to say, this is the most comfortable media that I ever get to do. You have the most comfy chairs.
Thanks, Dad. Yeah. That's my dad. He got these for us when we got started.
Oh, nice.
Shout out the Shed Vapes.
Shout out the Shed Vapes. That's his small business down in Bonne Terre. I grew up in
Bonne
Terre.
How about that?
Bonne Terre.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
I could fall asleep in this chair. This is lovely. Oh.
I think I got to get one for home.
You guys want to come back?
Yeah.
Please.
Love to.
Do it again.
Love to.
Let's keep hanging out and swapping nerdy stuff. We got to hang out with you for the second time, but this is our first time, James. So we get to know you. Let's hang out again and just get to some nerdy stuff.
I think we're talking about trying to put together a trivia team for your, television and film trivia night?
Yeah, we host TV and film trivia bingo. Next one's April 24th at Four Hands Brewing downtown. Free to play and amazing prizes from around town. So we throw those on.
Are people allowed to wear capes?
Oh yes, I'm pushing more of like little mini Comic-Cons at these events. Like we're trying to have like sometimes we'll have there might be the Voltron mascot might show up, or maybe Mr. Citywide will come by, or Apotheosis Comics might have a tables. Like we're just trying to make it a community market night, and we partner with our friends Team Jakey and Provident Health, so we bring mental health resources to everything we're doing. So like if you're just like, I just need to get out and see people and maybe check on my mental health.
And have a few beers.
Yeah. NA or not. You can do anything you like. So yeah, we're doing that kind of stuff. We've talked about teaming up. Yeah. It sounds like we have plenty to maybe try some stuff out on, and maybe we can work together a little bit, both of you, James and Chef Liz. I'd love to collaborate.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'd love it.
I absolutely. And I get this kind of Justice League feel.
I know.
This group.
And the chairs here around the table,
God,
yes.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's literally the Flash. You're in a Joker chair, I think.
Yeah.
Superman.
It's either that or if we just had a camera right in the middle, it'd be just that 70s show. Just circles.
We would need some more supplies if that was the case.
We would.
I know the people to get that. Yeah.
All right, Chef Liz, Tenacious Eats, James Enstall from Geek to Me Radio, and Andy the Giggler, and Logan Janis here from Mostly Superheroes. That's the show. We'll see you next time. Take it easy. Mostly Superheroes is proud to be funded in part by our sponsors. Mostly Superheroes is funded in part by paying patrons who receive early, ad-free, and exclusive episodes. Subscribe at mostlysuperheroes.com/support. Thank you for supporting your favorite independent podcast. Mostly Superheroes is an independent podcast owned and operated by Kerrigan Ventures in St. Louis, Missouri. Hosted by Logan Janis, Andy Hunn, and Scott Swearingen. Brand and creative by Carrie Clark Design. Music by Audionautics. Learn more at audionautics.com. Find more at mostlysuperheroes.com.